college. I'm a plant shift supervisor. I love my job. It's shift work, but the responsibility I like.
He is a very good father. He is very active. He's always there for everything they're involved in.
I spend a lot of family time. My youngest son, Jackson, I coach him in football and in baseball. I worked out 3 times a week. I was actually in the best shape of my life since I was in the military. It happened at the football field at Northview High School. We had games that day. Actually, it was homecoming. They actually got a picture of me walking off the field, rubbing my chest right here. So obviously I was feeling something. And my wife told me that during the game she got concerned because I went over to the bench and sat down. I never do that in a game.
Well, I was like, we walked all the way down there, and I was halfway there, and he picked up one of my friends, and then he just fell out.
We were walking around the track, and then I came back. It was the last of the game, and all of a sudden, I hear everybody, they're like, oh my gosh, what's happening? Who fell out? And you know, there's a crowd around him, so you can't see it. This was literally the worst day of my life.
So I turned around and immediately I seen that it was his tennis shoes. And so I took off down the stadium and got out on the field. And by the time I got out there, he was just laying there unconscious and they were fixing to start CPR.
My heart stopped beating immediately.
I was on call that night as an interventional cardiologist, notified by EMS that they had a patient who collapsed. We fortunately had some idea. I looked at the EKG, spoke to the EMS doctor, and I then mobilized our cath lab team, which included our nurses and the rest of the staff. In fact, I even notified our local Abiomed rep to come in to help us support during the case. However, now with just new technology and new stents and new techniques, we've been able to actually now send less patients for surgery and able to fix these patients easily with the stent, typically with the help of the Impella device. Fortunately, within about 45 minutes to an hour, we were able to finish the procedure. He then went to the ICU, and in a very short 3 days later, he was home, and now he's back to his usual state of health.
5 weeks after the incident, I was working out again. I started slow, but now I'm back to 3 days a week when I can, you know, my schedule. I feel great.
So the Impella device is one of its unique devices in that it essentially does what the normal heart would do, which is it aspirates blood and expels blood. So it doesn't really involve any other different parameters, but more importantly, it does something that's very unique. Unlike the other devices, it creates something called unloading of the ventricle. And the unloading of the ventricle is very big and it's very paramount in all these patients' recovery, because now we're taking off the stress on the heart, so while it recovers, and this allows the heart muscle to come back gradually rather than forcing it to do something. That natural progression, what we call preservation of the myocardial energy, is what I think creates that edge of this device versus the other devices currently on the market.
But the Impella pump definitely aided me in my recovery, no doubt. I mean, I don't think I would have been back to work in 6 weeks without my heart being able to take that break and recover.
Oftentimes, if patients do come in cardiogenic shock, the first thing that we do when we get them to the cath lab is put the Impella device in them, get their blood pressure up, get their vital organs getting more blood, and then do our procedures.
I mean, you can always do better with your family, and this allows me to spend more time with my family and to do better. It's a second chance, and not many people get those.